Hi, my name is Lisa. Welcome to Spice It Up Sunday, where I take an existing palette that's in circulation and I spice it up. Today I'm going to be spicing up Natasha Denona's Pastel palette. I noticed that she just came out with a mini palette for the mini pastel, and it has a bright green in it. And I wanted the same kind of color, but I don't have the mini, so I am using the Terra Moon's photosynthetic, which I do have in my collection, to spice it up. I'm also going to be using the Devinah Water Mist, which is a translucent shimmery shadow, and I'm also going to be using this Aquila by Devinah Cosmetics, and I'll be using the Terra Moon Cosmetics Zero Gravity. I'm also going to be using the Devinah Queen for my cheeks. You can see how shiny it is. It's sometimes very difficult to find things that are really shifty and shiny, and this Devinah Queen is all that. All that and a cherry pie. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the magic. So I'm using SAIE, it's like the light bronze. And I'm using this Fenty brush. It's kind of a sculpting brush. I'm bringing that in. Now, I have not put any powder yet. I'm just using the liquid stuff first. And I'm darkening up the neck area. It pushes the neck back. And forehead. This will make my forehead a little bit smaller. I will follow up with some bronzers and stuff, but this is what I do before I set my face. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use a little fan brush, and I'm going to do that along my nose just to give it a little shape, although I don't always do this, but I see a lot of people do this. Some people do this. And this area I do feel like it could be a little bit better, and I'm going to show you the difference so you can see, at least I can see a little bit of a shadow here. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury one now, just in here where I see a little bit of darkness. This is her newer one, the Radiant Concealer, because the old one I did not like. It was very drying. And before I put my concealer on, I always put a cream on. And I did put cream on, I forgot to mention that. I used the Silk Peony by Tatcha, and I used Sephora eye cream. So I used two. I used the lightest one, is Sephora, so I used that one first, and then I used Peony, always starting off with the lightest mixture and then going into a heavier mixture. Yeah, see, that is more brightening. It's going to make this area look a little different, a little bit more bright. But I don't actually like it that bright. So that's just to kind of cover everything. What I do normally is I'm using a Rare Beauty Bliss, and I'm going to put this on my blush brush. And when I put this on, I am going to bring it up a little bit into the under eye area. Because it's liquid, it's fine. And it keeps it from looking too white and unnatural. And then I put it into a C. Okay, so this is where I normally start my video. Actually, I do one other thing before I start my video. And I do this because I do the same thing pretty much every time, and it's boring. Maybe it's a little boring. Maybe it's not boring. I don't know. I actually enjoy watching people put on makeup, so for me, that's the whole reason why I created this channel, because I enjoy seeing how people put their makeup on and what kind of tricks they use and so forth. This is a Laura Mercier blurring powder. Oh, there is one other thing that I forgot to do here. And my mom says, there's too many steps. You can't follow all this. Well, you don't have to do all the steps. And sometimes I forget some of the steps. Like one of the steps that I forgot already was what I've seen people do is they take like this bronzing as an example, and they'll just take like, let's just take this mascara brush again, and I'm just going to put it right in here, and it makes this like illusion that your lips are a little bigger. Now, another thing I had seen somebody do, which I thought was genius, was to put a self-tanning spray. That's what they use, a self-tanning spray, and they put it on the upper lip area and lower lip area, and it just kind of makes the illusion that your lips are a little bit bigger. I don't know. And then you kind of blur it out a little bit. That I thought was genius. Like she said, oh, all I do is I put a little bit of self-tanning, like face self-tanning, right around my lip at night before I go to bed. Then when I wake up, it just gives us a little bit of illusion that I got some color right here, and it makes my lips look bigger. I don't know. I'll try anything to make my lips look bigger. I've got skinny lips. This I'm just going to use a Sephora lip liner, and let's just spray it so it sets. Okay, so this is where I normally start. This is where I normally start my tutorials. Okay, I've already primed my eyes, and I'm starting off with this light lavender shade, and I'm putting this just on the inner area of the eye, kind of bringing it up in here. I'm also going in with the second to the last shade, purple. It's a shimmery shade that I just put on top. Now I'm going in with this light green. I'm also going to use it as a transition shade up in here. And I'm trying to go up just a little bit to kind of follow my brow bone a little bit and bring it a little bit in. Same thing I did on the other side. I do want to bring it up just a little bit here. So I will look straight forward into my mirror when I'm doing the upper area, and then when I'm doing my crease area, I normally am looking down when I'm doing my edging. I didn't always do it this way. Sometimes it takes a little while to break habits. I used to only look straight into the mirror, but then when I started looking down into my mirror, I was like, wow, okay, I can really see my crease so much better, and it makes a huge difference. But sometimes when we have habits, it's kind of hard to change our habits. Okay, now I'm going into this brighter green next to it. Okay, now I feel like I need to find another way to kind of darken this up. So this is kind of how it looks with your typical, actually I'll even add this shimmery green at the top, so you could just see how these colors look. They're pretty, they're very pretty, but we need to spice this up. Okay, on the bottom lash we'll just add some of this purple. This kind of sets any pencil or liquid eyeliner that you might have put on first. And this is pretty much kind of the look that you would get with this palette. So now we have a nice contrast shade. And like I said, you can use any green from any other palette to kind of darken this up a little bit. Oh yeah, this photosynthetic green is quite vibrant. And you know, if I had her newer mini palette that was supposed to complement this, I think there's a green in there, and that might be what she was trying to do to kind of give it a little more vibrant kick to it. But since I don't have that palette, we're going to try another green. Now we're going to go in with this beautiful Devinah water mist. This is just everything, okay? Okay, this is the glitter primer. Now I'm going to use water mist with my finger over the glitter primer. And this color it's everything. Like, look at this color. Okay, I'm now going to go in with Devinah Aquila. It's kind of darkened up back over, and it's got like this beautiful glittery shade. Okay, I'm now going to go in with Terra Moon's Zero Gravity. This is like super sparkly purple. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty, so beautiful. Now there's a couple of different brands that have a purple iridescent. You might have one of these in your collection. This is the one that I pulled out, Zero Gravity, but I believe there's one by Devinah, and there is also another one by Clayonata Cosmetics. But this just pulls, look at this. Now we got the purple, we got the green, and I do think we need to soften this up just a little bit because it is a little bit crazy here. That color, okay, let's just look at this. And let me also take a look in the mirror down below to make sure that it looks as pretty as I'm thinking it looks. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, I'm feeling this. I'm totally feeling this. I love this, how it goes with this. I feel like I need something more for the bottom line. Like the purple, it didn't really do that much for me. Let's do the same thing on the bottom that we did on the top, because I'm loving this look and I want to carry it through. So instead of the purple that I originally did, I'll probably edit that out. I did a purple initially on the top row. I'm going to go in with green, the light green, and pull it in. Actually, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it that way. I'm going to go green. I'm going to do purple. This is from the Natasha Denona palette. Now we're going to go in with like a smudge brush. Go in with the darker green, that brighter green, just so it kind of carries the same kind of look going on the bottom. I'm going to start off with the Terra Moon's Zero Gravity. I think that it would probably be beneficial to spray so that you don't get a lot of fallout. So you can use like a setting spray. spray it. I'm just spraying it on my hand and then kind of rubbing my brush inside of it. I'm going to go in with the Water Mist by Devinah. That's a little bit better, so I'm not getting any fallout. I'm going in with Aquila. So basically all the same stuff I did before on the top, on the bottom, following through, so it really has this beautiful cohesive look. And I'm going to go in with that darker green, really just close to the lash line. I'm just cleaning up a little bit with my Cali Smashbox, just a little bit. And also if you take your Cali Smashbox, that highlighting color, and just kind of pull it up in this area, it will give it more of a cat eye look automatically. And then I like to pull it in here a little bit. I mean, this guy is, I'm gonna be staring at my eyes all day. I think this is so pretty and it matches so well. Also, we just need a tiny bit of liner to make everything pop. I'm going in with a Kofi liner. It's like Nazar no black or something like that. It's a black color. And I'm going in for my second helping of Thrive Cosmetics mascara. I did find out that if I do my eyelashes once and then do them again at the end, they look a lot better. Like once it's dried, putting a second coat on. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I feel so on point. Okay, I decided I did not have my green earrings on. I'm like, what is this craziness? Why do I not have my earrings on? Like to match the whole thing. Hello. So I'm going in with ABH Anastasia Beverly Hills Blackberry. Now this will look a little bit different because I did put that kind of lip balm on before. This is very, very dark with this color. Let's soften it up a little bit. I'm gonna just use like a pink lip gloss by, this is Charlotte Tilbury, and I think it'll soften it up. And there's something else that I've been wanting to try that I have not tried, and that is this One Size by I think Patrick Ta, and it's like a bronzing thing that I have not tried yet. I'm like, how is it that I have this from the sale and I haven't tried it? So let's try that. Okay, this is really dark. I probably should have put this on before I put on the berry because I kind of covered it. But I wasn't sure how, it looks so light in the pan, and this looks light. It does not look like it's going to be dark, but it is dark. Surprise. That's a problem sometimes when you're trying new things. You don't know. You don't know. I don't know, it didn't look that like it was going to be that dark, but it's very dark on me. Okay, interesting. So I'm just adding back. If you have anything in your arsenal that's this color, you know, like a very light version of a blackberry kind of color. My desk is a mess. It's a mess. All right, I'm going in with this, okay, this color. This color, it is worthy of actually explaining. This is Queen by Devinah. I mean, I discovered it by accident the other day. I have a whole bunch of a whole bunch of Devinah blushes, and I hadn't pulled them out, and I was like, oh, I want a pink, like a pink highlighter. Do you see this? This just like, that is, anytime I put it on my face, I'm just like, what? That is, why have I never known about this? Why has nobody ever talked about this? This is crazy, right? This actually is crazy. It is so pretty. It just makes me want to sing. It makes me want to just break out in a chorus. Like, this is so shiny. I love it. Okay, so this is the finished look. So I'm loving this look. I love it. I feel like this is so perfect. I kind of wish that, you know, these, maybe like 2 or 3 of these colors that I put in here were in the Natasha Denona palette that came out like last year. And when I saw the palette, I was just all over it. I'm like, I have to try this because it seems like it would match my Lily Pulitzer stuff perfectly. And I got some very pretty pictures using it, but I wanted something with a little bit more depth so that want to actually see the shadows, because we already spent a lot of money on such a small space of our face, right? It's a small space and we spend so much money on eyeshadow. I want to see it. I want to use it. So I feel like it would be really good to have a darker shade, and I think that that's what she was trying to achieve maybe with a mini. I haven't picked it up, but I have looked at it. So I guess my final thoughts on this is that you could probably do the same kind of look just using blend bunnies, using the purples and greens in the blends, and then adding the, these couple of shades from Terra Moon's Devinah Cosmetics, and you get the same look. I know that sometimes I see these beautiful multi-chromes, and I'm not really sure how to use them. Like, how can I get, I see this purple, and I'm like, this purple is so pretty, but what am I going to do with it? And sometimes you just need to see somebody else try it, and then it can give you some kind of inspiration on how to use it. So hopefully that has inspired you to pull out some of your palettes, maybe some of your indie shades if you have some, and try some different looks with it. And I'm trying to get my look to match my outfit. I have this lavender and I have these greens in here, and I kind of wanted to pull that together. I could probably use the peach as well up at the top a little bit to bring in this peach color in here. Yeah, there's a lot that can be done, because Lily Pulitzer has so many bright colors in her prints. Like, it's not just a one-trick pony. There's a lot of different colors that you can use, but for this is obviously predominantly green. And for some reason, I see the pink coming out, but I also see this lavender coming out a lot, and that's what drew me to the print. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.